Welcome back to Sex with Robin on Split Radio. I know I've been gone a lot. I'm not going to go into it. I apologize for being gone, but we're back. There was a lot of question as to whether we should continue the show. Yeah, we're going to keep it on. We're going to go for another year. Um, so hello. Let me know if you can't hear me or anything like that, and say hello. My name is Robin Beach. I use she/her pronouns. And this is Sex with Robin on Split Radio. And Sex with Robin is where we talk about sex, kink, dating, monogamy, non monogamy, like anything dating, kink, or sex related. This is intended to be a place where you can ask questions and hear about things. Total shame free zone. Obviously, don't be an asshole. That's, you could be perverted, not an asshole, right? I want the friendly perverts here sharing information, asking questions, having real conversation, and even just chatting with people that are similar, people that we can relate to. So, yeah. I'm trying to see, I'm like, got to remember all my intros and everything like that. But yeah, you feel free to throw any question in the chat or just at me directly, and that's fine. I'm likely to cover it on the show. As for who I am, I'm a former stripper, former pro dom, former nurse with experience in cardiology, psychology, and sexual health. So currently, I work as I've got a bunch of little job titles, but I am an I can actually put this in my job title now. There's fun news coming that I also can't talk about. But I can call myself an expert consultant and educator, coach on sex, BDSM, LGBTQIA2S plus. I have consulted with law enforcement on sexual crimes. Ow, that was my elbow. I do a lot of speaking at universities and colleges, working with healthcare communities. So I speak with a lot of psychological and medical healthcare professionals to help them be more aware of LGBTQIA2S plus sex and BDSM. Because let's be honest, both the law enforcement world and the medical world are way the fuck behind on a lot of shit, and obviously problematic in a lot of ways. But I'm just trying to do what I can to help make things a little bit better, because there's too much fucking shame in this world. And I've come a long way trying to get rid of my own shit, because we all have it. And so that's kind of my goal, is let's make this topic of sex a little more normalized and a little less full of shame. That's what we do on the show. And yeah, I'm feeling very sexy today because I'm wearing my I don't even remember what it's called. It's like a see-through kind of robe. I did get it. Here we go. I'm gonna throw out that sponsor. It is oh my god. I can't remember the oh my goodness. I'm thinking of something else. Oh my goodness. I'm going to move on and come back to that later. Okay, my brain is not working. I was actually thinking of something else. I've got a bunch of other jobs that are kind of popping up right now, and the one that I can't talk about is a film thing. So yeah, I got a fun job right now. It's, again, I can't talk about what it is because right now with the funding and stuff, because these projects, it's very complicated. But there's a go ahead for a teaser trailer, and so I'm going to be working with some people on a teaser trailer. But and it was really great how the writers and directors were talking about this, and they were like, I just want to make sure that this is an accurate, positive depiction of certain kinky things. And I was like, yes, this is what I've been bitching about this forever. And I know a lot of you have as well. The depictions of BDSM and queer and trans sex in the media are just absolutely horrendous. And so, you got things like 50 Shades that had a quote unquote BDSM consultant, and I know who this person is, and we talked about it. Of course, there are NDAs and stuff, so I couldn't go into details, but I do know that basically they just paid him to stand there. So yeah, they didn't actually listen to any of the opinions and everything. So you've got 50 Shades, which is like, yeah, it's a guilty pleasure. If you want to read it and enjoy it, there's nothing wrong with that. My problem is that, okay, this is a movie that is depicting, it's an abusive relationship, an incredibly abusive relationship, but they're trying to depict it as a romantic, desirable thing. And yeah, you can have your fantasies and all that, and that's fine. But that's not how BDSM works. That's not actually okay what they're doing, and it needs to be said. There's so much on both their sides that are really horrible. So let's see some better depictions. And these writers and directors, the one person I was talking to, writer and director, was saying that, like, she's like, you're the expert here. I want to know what you think needs to be done. And I'm like, well, can I look at the scripts and the characters and make sure that, I can bring up anything that's unethical, or maybe that's not exactly how that's done in the real world. And they were like, oh yeah, absolutely. That's like number one. I'm like, okay. They also want lessons on using certain implements. And I'm like, oh, can totally do that. And they're like, is there anything else? And I was like, I would really like to be on the set to make sure that all the performers and all the staff are safe as possible and comfortable as possible, and to work with the performers if needed for like intimacy coaching. And she was like, cool, done. Like anytime I'm like, I think this needs to happen, she's like, cool, done. So that's what we need. That is what we need. So I'm excited about that, but I can't give any. I know it's really vague. Those are the facts. Those are the most details I can give for now. And of course I'll keep y'all posted, but yay, super exciting things in that realm. So my goodness, I need a sip of coffee, tea, whatever you drink. Cheers. This is tea, actually. English breakfast. Oh, I have to say hot tea in the States. Like, especially the further south you go, you have to say hot tea, and it's impossible to find. So I just bring my own tea bags, which I miss. Oh, there are other trips coming up to update folks in terms of travels. There's Kink Fest 2023 that occurs in Portland, Oregon, and that is it's always Easter weekend, which I believe is like, I want to say like the 8th, 9th, 10th weekend. I might be getting those numbers wrong, but it's something like that. It's the Easter weekend of April. Again, that's in Portland, Oregon. It's called Kink Fest. I don't remember what I'm going to be presenting there. I do know that one of them I'm doing is a newer one that is chronic pain and sadomasochism. So I'm nervous. It's a new one, but I'm also really excited. So hopefully that goes over well. There's another Dark Odyssey event. I'm trying to remember the name of it. It is a camping event that Dark Odyssey holds. I don't have the exact dates on my brain, but I know I'm going. And that's interesting. A camping one. I've not actually been. No, that's not true. I'm lying. I've been to. I misspoke. I have been to a camping kink event, and I am not only Canadian and live in Vancouver, Canada, or traditionally, ancestrally known as the Coast Salish and Musqueam Indigenous tribes, where it rains. It's not very sunny here, and I also do have a small allergy to the sun. So I always hesitate to go, and people are like, how do you go to the south? How do you go to Georgia? And I'm like, well, there's air conditioning in it. I don't mind being hot as much as the sun is bad, and you can usually avoid it. So it's like, I just need tents. And they said, don't worry, there's a lot of shade. I was like, cool, thank you. So that's an event that I'm going to be going to as well. If you're ever interested in having me present somewhere, talk to event organizers and just request me. And that's word of mouth really is the best way for me to get around, because I love to get around. Y'all know I do. So with this continuation of the show, we're going to continue every Monday live, and I'm going to continue to try having some guests on. But I think a lot of some of the issues that I know I've come across, and that others have also told me that they share, people that have, whether it's like a podcast or a, what have you, that they run out of ideas and topics. And you get a little bit, I kind of felt a little burnt out. And it felt more like a chore instead of being excited about it and being like, oh, because I am running out of ideas, or I'm running out of things to do to keep people interested. So I love feedback, positive and negative. Like, I do thrive on it. And when I say feedback and criticism, that, like respectful criticism, feel like, hey, I'm not a big fan of this and I think you should work on that. I'd be like, thank you so much, genuinely. Someone commented, Frolicon. Yes, Frolicon is in Atlanta, Georgia. That's always Easter weekend too, isn't it? And I actually, if you have an in with Frolicon, please let me know, because I did present there once and I absolutely loved it, and I would love to present again. And I don't know, I think I missed the application or something like that. So I am sorry. I want to go back. So anyone who's involved with Frolicon, please contact me. I would love to come back. That was really fun. I remember there was a workshop, one of the sporting workshops. There was over 350 people. It was standing room only. It was wild. It was really fun. Oh, we got a topic request. Yes, I need those. Like, legit, send me topic requests and I will cover them. Here we go. Strangest things that have happened during sex. That is a really, really good topic. I need to write that down, but of course I don't have my pen. I'm surrounded in books, but no pens or papers that aren't books. Okay, because I actually have, thank you that I do have things I could say on not just strange things that have happened, like, sharing stories, but how to deal with the strange thing that just happened in the bedroom. Because, it's going to happen. Strange things are going to happen. How do you deal with it in that moment? So thank you very much. I'm going to make sure, that's next week's topic. Thank you so much. And you know what? In the meantime, message me with your strangest things that have happened. And I can make it anonymous. I will make it anonymous unless you specifically are okay and you say I can share. I'm going to make them anonymous. I almost said monogamous. Anonymous. Thank you. Manana. Oh my goodness. We're back to Mondays. And Mandy's show, by the way, the Many Loves Lunch Hour, I believe, is going to be continuing in the evenings, which her show is going to be tonight. And I'm really excited. Mandy, I miss your face. I really, really miss your face. So I can't wait to see her face. What? Mandy, put that there. I just got a comment. It's Mandy, of course. I had cum in my nasal cavities this morning. Okay, there's a story. There's clearly a story here. And I would be very interested in hearing that story. I do have it's a rule preference of, like, not here. Unless we specify, which can happen, but Mandy, I love you. And I miss your face, and I can't wait to hear. You're going to save it for next week. And she goes, of course. I'm like, now I want to hear. So there's a story that we're going to share next week that Mandy's going to share, because I want to hear more about this story. And we can talk about that, maybe places, areas, or things have ended up where you didn't really intend for them to end up. So that's a good one. That's a good story that we can share. I definitely I got a few. I got to think about them, and because when people say, what's weird, I get that all the time. What's the weirdest thing you've done? And that's a difficult question to answer, because, like, what is? I'm not trying to get too wooey, but, like, really, truly, what is weird? You got to pick a category. Like, is masochism weird to you? Is like, are silly things weird to you? Like, what's weird? What kind of weird are we talking about? I don't know. I think like people think what I do certain things. For example, I was at the Taste of Kink this last weekend that Encrypted Events held, and I always do the needle samplers every year, and it's a lot of fun. So I was doing needle samplers, and people think you poke people with needles like for fun, like that's really fucking weird. And I'm like, I mean, I guess it is kind of weird, but like I know you, hypothetical friend, and I know that you jumped out of an airplane for fun. You've been skydiving. Have you been bungee jumping? You couldn't pay me. You could not pay me to jump out of a fucking airplane for fun. No. That is for me really crazy. That's wild. I'm not doing that. Why would somebody want to jump out of an airplane? That does not appeal to me in the slightest. And I know that it appeals to a lot of others. So that's kind of how I view it. Some people think the needle thing is really fucking weird. And I'm like, yeah, I guess it's not that normal. But I also think bungee jumping is absolutely fucking bonkers. No judgment, like no shame, but I have a difficult time comprehending what's appealing about that. That's just how I feel. Oh, someone says, Robin. Oh, is that Sean? Hello. So yeah, I feel like I don't even know if that's a topic of, what is weird, but really, what's weird for you? For some people, weird could be a butt plug, and that's awesome. There's actually another little rant here. It really bothers me that it's like some people feel that it's a competition. It's not. If you don't have to defend your muggle sex life to me. If you love muggle sex or vanilla sex, whatever you want to call it. I know my muggle friends don't like the word vanilla. They think it means boring. So they like being referred to as my muggle friends. So I use muggles. But yeah, if you like muggle sex, that's awesome. You're enjoying it. Good for you. It's not a competition. Some people like different things, because I get people that come up to me and say, oh, I'm interested in you, and I really want to play with you, but I'm not kinky enough, or I don't think I'm tough enough. And I'm like, what? No, that makes me so sad. You're enough. You're enough. You don't have to be super crazy kinky to play with me. I'm not monogamous, so that's the nice thing about me being not monogamous. One of the many things for me. I can get my kinks met elsewhere, and I can connect with you. And whether you want something really kinky, or if you're like, oh, I'm not much of a masochist, I can't take that much pain, I'm okay with that. That's less work for me to do. And I tell people it doesn't matter to me what I really have to do or how much I have to do. It's about getting you to that state that we both want to get you at, right? Like we have our goals and our intents. How do you want to feel? Whatever it takes for me to get to that isn't as important as getting to that for me. Does that make sense? I don't care how we get there. I want to get you there. And then, oh yeah, we got a comment here. I enjoy muggle sex from time to time. I totally agree. I do enjoy muggle sex from time to time. And I think people are shocked to hear that. And I'm like, no, I don't always want to, I don't always want pain, or I don't always want to inflict pain. Sometimes I just want to have some good old fashioned, like nothing wrong with that. Actually, it's funny. I joke about how when watching porn, because a lot of us watch porn, you all know I do it. And sometimes I really, really like watching muggle porn. Like, I know, I'm gonna like give it a moment. Sometimes I want to see like really, not necessarily like bad porn. I don't know, porn is porn, but like a really basic, super basic, like heteronormative, coitus. Sometimes that's what I want to watch. And I joke that I'm like, sometimes I watch really wild porn, and I'm like, I'm gonna switch it up, and I'm gonna do like basic. Yeah. I'm getting down with that. Some basic, like muggle sex. Why not? I totally watch it sometimes. Some night I have totally muggle sex sometimes. So I'm swinging my chair around a lot. I hope I'm not making anyone dizzy. Topic idea. Got a comment here. Topic idea. Cuckold. Oh, yes. And cucking. I'm going to get my pen while I show this robe off just for a moment. I'm not going anywhere. I just need to write things down so I don't forget, because I often forget. So I write things down. Oh, that chair was lower than I thought. So next week, doing this right now. Strange. This is to show Stranger Things. No. Strange things. I wrote stranger. Oops. Things. Okay, for sex. Oops. And then that last one, what was that? Oh, I'm writing it down. Cuckold and cucking. I love cuckold porn too. Just saying. Thank you for this topic idea. See, I've already got next week and then the next week's topics planned now, so now you know what to expect coming up. Thank you, and keep it coming, because I need to get my shit together and plan a good schedule ahead of time so I can try and give you some better quality stuff, and actually plan a show. Because right now it's mostly just me talking, and just because I was saying that to Mandy, I was like, what's your topic going to be? We're coming back. She's like, I think it's just going to be updates. Because I think that's what, and I agree, that's kind of what people are needing, I guess, right now, is just like, we're back, going to update you on some things. Speaking of updates, like in my personal life, I got to share this because it's kind of wild. This Thursday, March 9th, is me and Brandon, it's our wedding anniversary on March 9th. This Thursday, this March 9th, is our 10-year wedding anniversary. That's so wild. So wild. 10-year wedding anniversary coming up. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. So we do have plans. Years ago, we talked about going on a trip. But I guess COVID happened indefinitely. We're like, yeah, we're not going on any vacations anytime soon. Excuse me. No, so I thought, and I even feel the vibe of going somewhere. So this is what we talked about. We have kind of two plans, because one's got to be a family-friendly one. The other's not. So our family-friendly one came from my eldest. He's 9 now, going on 15. He's starting. The sass is starting, and it's weird. It's weird. But anyways, he asked, he said, Mom, when's your and Dad's wedding anniversary? You guys are married, right? I said, yeah. And I think he saw a show that involves like maybe some kids' parents having their anniversary, which made him ask. And I said, this was a couple months ago. I said, yeah. And so that was when we got married, and it's going to be our 10-year. And he goes, well, I want to do something nice for you. I was like, well, that's really sweet. And so we decided, I talked to Brandon about it, and I said, he brought up our anniversary and he wants to celebrate with us, and we agreed how sweet that was. So typically how we've celebrated every year is we go to a certain restaurant. It's a nice one that he proposed to me at. So every wedding anniversary, we go to the restaurant where Brandon proposed to me. We haven't gone in a few years because of COVID. So it's going to be our first year going back, and we're going to bring the kids with us. So that's going to be our way of celebrating our 10-year anniversary, just with the kids, going to a nice restaurant and showing them. And we told them yesterday that it's actually the restaurant where Daddy asked me to marry him, and they got really excited. So it's going to be really sweet. So that's like the family-friendly yay anniversary side. Here's the not so family-friendly version of how we're going to celebrate our 10-year anniversary. Because a lot of you might already be aware that Brandon and I have a pretty platonic relationship. We're basically co-parents / best friends. And I joke, I'm like, yeah, so we're married parents. We have kids together and we don't have sex. But we're comfortable around each other in that way. I don't know. But we're fairly platonic. And so I said, what if what if we had like an orgy and we're sleeping with other people and not each other, but we're doing it together because it's our 10-year anniversary. He was like, that's actually perfect. So I've organized a very specific scene with certain people, and we're going to do that on the Friday night. So, and kids are off to the grandparents for the night, and we're going to celebrate. Okay, so I think is that Mandy that with your ideas? I'm going to pop them up. Mandy's got another idea. It says, I'm assuming this is Mandy, but here's what the comment says. Another topic idea, objectification of race in sex. Okay, I am not the one to speak on that because I am white, but I'm going to write this down and talk around because I think this is a really great, I want to learn more about this topic, and I think that would be a really great idea. So if I'm able to find someone, or if someone wants to offer to speak on that, I will literally just like hand you this platform. And I would give you an honorarium for it as well. If you want to come and help speak on that topic. I'm not the one to speak on that. It would be incredibly inappropriate. But if someone wants to come on, and I'll talk around and see if there's someone that wants to come on and speak on this, I'd happily, yes, please come on and I'll give you an honorarium, and I would be honored to hear some of your thoughts on this topic. So but I'll write it down. I'm writing it down. I will say, if you ever see Milena Williams-Haas, fucking like royalty, seriously, she's incredible. She's a god. She's absolutely incredible. Milena Williams-Haas does a lot. She does workshops and speaks a lot on race play in BDSM. It's an incredible workshop. Highly recommend. So if you do see Milena Williams-Haas in your area, because I know she's always traveling and speaking places, amazing. Or just maybe go look her up and check her out. Milena, and then it's Williams-Haas, Haas. Go look her up. She does really, really, really great talks and knowledge sharing on this topic. But I'm going to write this down, and if I can get someone to come on, I will. Objectification, yeah. Race in sex. Thank you so much for that. Okay. This is Mandy. I knew it was you. She says the ideas are flooding me right now. Oh yeah, Marla. I can contact her too. She's really great. I keep running into her at all the at the cons. I feel like the last few. I think it's the Dark Odyssey. We keep running into each other at Dark Odyssey cons. She's really great. I don't think we address it enough. Yes, race play. Comment here. Race play would be a great topic. I don't think we address it enough. Yeah, I completely agree. And I'm happy to be seeing more of that, like events that have POC panels and stuff like that. Try to get more POC presenters out there, because that's kind of the thing. Presenting is in order to be able to travel and present like that is a privilege. And so that's why there's, I think, a lot of white people that are not only in the kink scene, but also as presenters. You have to have flexibility. And it takes a lot of working for free or working for exposure before you can get to a point where you are getting flights covered or getting actually paid for your job. So it's not easy to get into presenting. And I know that that's a privilege of mine that I was able to do that. So yeah, that's good. I do want to hear more on this topic, and I want to see more POC presenters and more, POC panels. I've seen more of those at cons, and I think it's a fucking brilliant idea. Thank you for all that. Okay. Ideas. All of the ideas. So yeah, that's a lot of updates of what's going on, I suppose, with March, and now we've got some more topics. And I will, of course, try to keep you updated on my work. I'm also really, really horrible at social media. I'm trying to do better at it. It's like the worst. My job is social media. I hate it. I don't hate it. It is fun, actually. Because, I will admit, you get all those happy serotonin and dopamines when someone likes or comments on something, and people have really fun things to say. So I enjoy reading and responding to that stuff. It's the emotional labor of going, oh, this is happening right now. I have to stop what I'm doing and find a way to take a nice picture of this, and then post it. It seems like a little, and it probably is for most people. For me, it feels like a lot of emotional labor sometimes. Maybe that's the ADHD in me. The needing to go, like when I was at Taste of Kink, stopping and going, oh, wait, I do need to take a picture of this and a picture of myself, that kind of thing. Oh, hello. Welcome, welcome. Here, just updating folks and talking about the upcoming topics that we're going to say. So next week will be strange things that happen during sex. How are you? I am fantastic. How are you? I'm doing great. I'm happy to be back, and I'm really excited to see Mandy's show tonight. And that's going to be, it would be 5 p.m. PST, which would be my time, 5 p.m. PST, and so that's 8 p.m. EST, I believe. Mandy, please correct me if I'm wrong. On the Many Loves Lounge Hour, which is so brilliant. Well done on keeping the letters, and that was very, very clever. 8, it is. It's 8 EST, and that would be 5 my time. So I'm probably just going to have my earbuds in, watching while I'm probably cooking. I'll show you what I'm cooking if you want. But I want to see Mandy, and I want to see your face, and I want to see everyone there. So thank you so much for joining. And I'm gonna call it off for now, because I feel like I've updated everyone on what's going on, and we've got some good topics for next week, and I can work really hard to try to bring you some good quality stuff next week. Okay, so next week live, what is that? 10 a.m. PST, my time, 1 p.m. EST. Oh, Kitty Tokopi's here to join. Aw, she came back. She is a grouchy kitty because she's really old. Want to say hi? No, she doesn't. She just wants me to snuggle. Mwah. Floofy. And please don't forget, once this show has aired live, it stays on YouTube, like automatically on my YouTube channel. It just stays there, so you can go back and watch it at any time. And then usually some point Monday, the audio gets uploaded to Spotify and SoundCloud. So you can listen if you want on the go, that kind of thing. And other than that, if you want to contact me, my socials are at Sex with Robin, or you could just message. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next week. And where we're going to talk about strange things that have happened in the bedroom and what to do about it when strange things happen in the bedroom. So let me know what weird things have happened to you in the bedroom, and I'll share with you some of my stories as well next week on Sex with Robin Split Radio. Have a good one, everyone. And don't forget, if your loved ones, your family don't accept or support you for who you are, I am your family now. Love you.